charge as the first Vice Chancellor of APJ Abdul Kalam Technological University on 1st September 2014. He was the Member Secretary of All India Council for Technical Education, Government of India, and ex-Director of Technical Education, Government of Kerala. A gold medalist in MTech from IIT Madras, and having acquired the doctorate from Bangalore University, he is the right person to be here with us today. With extreme happiness, I invite our chief guest.
Thank you very much, and a very good afternoon to all of you. Respected President of this meeting, His Grace Most Reverend Dr. Francis Kelleregal, Metropolitan Archbishop and patron of this institution, Reverend Dr. Clement Valdaveseri, the manager of the institution, the director of the institute, Professor Dr. Babu T. Jos, Principal Dr. K. George, the Student Union Chairman, Mr. Akshay, dear parents, members of the faculty, students, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really proud and happy to be here on the AISAT Day, the Institute Day of the Albertine Institute of Science and Technology. And I really thank the management for inviting me to be part of this annual day celebrations. And this is a very beautiful auditorium where you have a different shape. Normally the auditoriums have different shapes, but this has this peculiar shape. When I looked at it, I was just trying to find out what it depicts. I do not know, only Father Clement must know about it in detail. But when I looked at it, I think it's an aircraft, where you have all the people of the cockpit here, but the only difference which I find is that on the wings also you have seats. So this is an aircraft which is always maybe to take off from this point. So you have already had gone a journey of 4 years, and probably this will further take off and have. I have seen. I have listened to the activities you had during the last 4 years. Last 1 year, and the one thing is that you have already hacked the moon, right? So we are 8 people here. All the students, you have a lot of activities there. So sitting in this plane, you might be there, you might be hacking the moon also. So with these observations, I would not like to take more time because you are all restless, I think. Right? You're all restless because you're all speaking. I don't know. I get a lot of humming sound. Is it because of the wind which blows, or is it that you are talking? I don't know. Anyway, I just would like to take back to 1960. Right? 1960, the then Prime Minister of India, Jawaharlal Nehru, wrote a letter to all the chief ministers of the states of India. The content of the letter reads like this: I am writing to you about brooms, the humble broom used by our cleaners and sweepers, as well as in our houses. The normal Indian broom can only be used if one bends down to it or sits when using it. A broom or brush with a long handle can be used while a person is standing, is far more effective from the point of work and far less tiring to the person using it. is what he has written in 1960 to the chief ministers of the states. What it shows that he had 2 points in this. One is that the broom had only, it's very short, so you have to let that sweep. That means it's tiring to the person. The second thing is that it shows a subservience of the mind, right? That you have to stoop down to do certain kind of a job. It shows its menial way of doing it. Today we have Swachh Bharat. The 1960, what Nehru has suggested is that to have a long broom is an innovation. Do you agree with me? That is an innovation which 1960 he had done it. So today you find that the sweepers on the road use a long one which they move and they never bend. And that may be one of the reasons, probably some justice remains there. I don't know. That's different. So, but whatever it is, that is one of the innovations that Nehru has brought in 1960. Today is 2016. We have the Swachh Bharat. Where are we today? Are we still using the same broom? Or are we mechanized? Or what is the contribution of the engineering students sitting here, or those who have passed out in the portals, in making different kinds of brooms and sweeping and cleaning equipments? And have you ever thought that this is, one thing which, this is an era of Swachh Bharat, you every day listen to it. Today, you have to think of a system where this is completely mechanized because we are in a digital world. Can you think of a startup? When you may think that it's a menial job that sweeping is done. Can you think of a startup which can revolutionize the Swachh Bharat movement? I call upon each one sitting here to have your own ideas put in so that you are no longer going to use the short broom or the long broom. It's completely mechanized, where you are not going to be at all tiring. The whole thing is done in such a way that all our streets, all our houses will be clean, neat and tidy. And that is what is happening today with the changes happening. So let me ask you one more question further. When this Nehru has written in that in 1960, the chief ministers had accepted the fact that it requires a long broom. But today, if the Prime Minister writes the same kind of a letter with a different one, do all the chief ministers accept it? We will have different kind of views. Are you willing to have a change? And are you going to be the change agents? This is what I just wanted to tell you, is that one thing which has not happened much, a change has not happened in the teaching learning process or in education, right? Which has to undergo a lot of change. Well, all the community, with all the stakeholders, the teachers, the students, the parents sitting here, are you willing to accept a change like what has happened in 1960, or what I just envisaged here, that we will have a neat and tidy place which will be covered or which will be taken over by the startups? Because today, do you think that a taxi service is something which is done by a taxi driver? No. It is done by Uber. Uber occupies the entire space of taxi service in US and now in India. And that is all the brains of the young engineers. And they are going to set up their 7th engineering base at Bangalore, with professionals manning the whole Uber taxi service. So similar to that, in this digital age, when I talk about this digital age, today, now everything is controlled by the digital revolution, and that is what is happening. Your computer science, your mechanical engineering, your electrical engineering, your electronics engineering, and all the engineering put together, that engineering is coupled with what we call is happening in the digital revolution. Morning when you get up, you may not be getting up with the usual alarm clock of the timepiece that has gone. Now that your alarm is set on your mobile, but tomorrow it may be a good music which comes out from all the sound systems which you have employed in your bedroom, and probably the curtains will go up automatically, right? The curtains will go automatically up, the sunlight will come into the room, and your bed is provided with some kind of devices which could give you a massage automatically, so that you can become fresh and done. And a hot tray, a tray will come in front of you with a hot coffee, freshly brewed, hot coffee will come to you automatically at the appointed time. And that is the time when you are going to read a newspaper on a translucent screen. Some of you are laughing, thinking that this is going to happen in another 5 years of time. And that is the technology which you have to study in this engineering colleges today. You are going to read the newspaper on a translucent screen. At the moment you would like to go and prepare your breakfast in the kitchen, this translucent screen will follow you to the kitchen. These are the things which are going to happen in the next 4 or 5 years of time, for which you are going to write the code, or you are going to develop the technology, for which the current education system has to be framed to that level, and you should have critical thinking and an active learning to happen in this institute. Today, among the students is that you are all concentrating on your examination system. You're only worried about your examination. You have got to worry about that. That is something which you get a passport to go out and seek for an employment, because Father was telling that 80% of the students who have become eligible for employment, that eligibility tag comes in from that examination. Probably we have to have a lot of changes which has to happen in the examination system also. See, time immemorial, I have been listening to one fact that we should write the examination for 3 hours. The end semester examination today, you have to write it for 3 hours. I was asking the good old professors, he also has written 3 hours. Who has prescribed this 3 hours? Why not in 2 hours? Why not in 1 hour? Why not in 4 hours? I've not got an answer so far. Somebody has prescribed that it should be for 3 hours. So we follow it, the practice. I asked immediately when this badge was given, why is it given? There was no answer for this. I said somebody has started it some long back. We scrupulously follow it with great respect. So still today, we follow the same kind of examination system. We have not changed any inch of it. It's time that we have to, so such things have to come from the students also, not only from the faculty. The students also will have to come out with, even you also will have to have some kind of a critical thinking. See, what is required is that all of you will have to change from the normal practice. What you have been following in the school level is basically what you have been doing is mugging up most of the lessons and then producing it. And when you come to the engineering, there's a shift that you do that mugging up only on the previous day of the exam. And that is the change that I find from the school system to the engineering education. It's not that you have to spend, say, 4 months in a semester and 2 months you have to move out of your educational institutions and visit countries, visit states. See, when I was a student back, so many years back, The most challenging, most interesting part of our course was that we used to go for a South India tour in the third year and an All India tour in the final year. Today, we are in a global village. I think all of you will have to find some kind of internship in some companies elsewhere outside India, because we are going to compete with a global market. I just wanted to know, every time when I ask a question to the student sitting, how many of you read newspaper regularly? Can you raise your hands? Because, the hands are there in this side. Here nobody is raising the hand at all. This is something which, see, how do you, know? Please, you can spend your time on WhatsApp or Facebook or Twitter. I don't mind that, you're doing it. But also you have to understand that most of the information today available in this social media is only for entertainment and not for improving your knowledge. So you have got to have two things which to be developed in your life. One is the knowledge, other is the skill. You should have two things to be developed in your activity. One is the knowledge, other is the skill. Don't think that you get all these things when you sit in the class. You are not going to get, you will get only 20% of the knowledge and maybe another 20% of the skill which has to happen in the laboratories. But the remaining things will have to come from a project-based learning. You have to make, every semester, you have to make it a practice that you develop some kind of a project. It is always need not be prototypes. It need not be prototypes or a model or a working model or anything like that. It can be a process also developed. If you develop a system for making Swachh Bharat to happen, you will get Nobel Prize. Don't think that it is beyond your reach. It's within your reach. The only thing which you have got to understand here is that you think, you will have to understand that things are within your reach. I have only a complaint against the parents sitting here. The parents are the main bottlenecks for the students not to get developed. I have a grandchild, 2 years old. I think she is pampered very much by my son and my daughter-in-law. They are taking care of them. The child is not allowed to grow independently. The child is not allowed to grow independently. How many of you will leave make them go? These are things which I should not speak otherwise also, but still. How many of you will allow your students to go out and have a training elsewhere outside the country? How many of you will allow your students to go outside the state and work in an industry for 1 month, for which you require a 2 months vacation after every semester, or 1 month vacation after every semester? This is what I wanted, that your semester will only be 4 months. When I said that you will not have study leave, why should you have study leave? This time you got 1 month study leave because of other issues, and that everybody says that was the issue that you lost marks in the examination. No, but you have to understand thing is that the world is one village. It's one global village. You have to trek out and see what is happening around them. If you are not reading the newspaper, how do you know what is happening around the world? How many of you read the news channel? Watch the news channel. Now, these are things which probably which you have got to develop yourself. See, one major change. See, you have a lot of advantages being in near to Cochin University of Science and Technology. You are close to the several industries. Probably one of the finest electronic manufacturing unit is in this city. The Nest Group has the finest and the best and the largest in Kerala, the electronic industry in Kerala. How many of you have visited the Nest Industries, electronic city? very across your door. How many teachers have been there? How many of you are associated with the production lines of that? You have the info park, you have all so many parks. And above all, how many of you have visited the Fab Lab? Have you heard of the Fab Lab? Have you heard of Fab Lab or not? No. Anyway, I don't want to blame anybody for this kind of a thing. Fab Lab, at least you go and see in the net. Can you switch off this light, please? It's quite disturbing to me. Yeah, it's good. See, Fab Lab is a fabrication facility which has been developed by a professor by name Neil of Massachusetts Institute of Technology. You can make anything using this entire facility. The government of Kerala has imported 2 Fab Labs, and one is available in this Tata village, and the other one is available in Japan. So it's quite within 5 kilometers from your place. This facility is available open to all students, and we are going to increase the number. We are going to have 20 more Fab Labs in this coming months in 20 engineering colleges, which includes private and the government. And my vision is that, the advantage is that any student who would like to make anything, any project, today you can have a glimpse of that in the metro page, but that probably is only international metro page of the Hindu. You can read about that, but you can read that in your computer using the net. The Hindu is available on that. That Fab Lab facility, you can make anything, any prototype can be made. You can make a furniture. You can make a broom. You can make a washing machine of your choice, of your design. The only thing which cannot be made using the Fab Lab is a motor, which you have to buy it from the open market. Other than the motor, everything is available which you can do it. But a 3D printer is part of the game. With a 3D printer you can make any model out of it. I don't want to take, I think I have given more time. I just wanted to tell you that the facilities available to you is enormous. The way the Father Clement or the principal, I'm going to listen to the director later. See, the support mechanism which you are getting has to be entirely utilized. You are in a city. You have access to, this is what again I would like to, you have access to Cochin University, you have a startup village, you have a technology incubation center, all things are available around you. How you are going to make use of these facilities to your advantage so that you become globally competitive. This is a world where you have to be globally competitive. Probably the number of students coming for engineering is coming less because everybody thinks that the market or the employment market is less. Don't worry about the employment market, provided you come out of the institutions with the required knowledge and the skills. You will be chased by the industry, but you should acquire the knowledge and the industry. See, today I was told that the chairperson of the municipality has not come because she is solving a problem of disposing the municipal solid waste. Yeah. Why not we do it? See, if you go into the Vision 2035, which is being, it has already been released in the last Science Congress, which was held at Mysore by the Honorable Prime Minister of India. It has identified 10 grand challenges, and out of the 10 grand challenges, the one is to provide drinking water to all the people, and the second one is how to dispose of the waste, ensuring universal eco-friendly waste management, and one thing which I just wanted to tell you, apart from these two, these are challenges which have to be solved by the young engineers sitting here, because this is a Vision 2035, which is in the government of India would like to do it as part of the development of the science and technology in India. See, one thing which I just wanted to tell you is that today I am speaking to you in English. All of us have spoken in English, right? But tomorrow, you will have a teaching learning process happening, which is learner-centric. Today it is teacher-centric. You have got to change it. And it will be language neutral. And it is holistic education to all. This is what is it message. That is learner-centric education, where you only will have a flip type of classroom and not the teacher teaching. I've been telling every time the teachers to stop it. But then it's language neutral, means I speak in English and you listen to that in the language of your choice. That is going to happen. And it is to have a holistic education where you are doomed to be the best students and the best citizen of any country, so that you can work in any environment, anywhere in the world. And that is how we have got to be grouped ourselves. So with this, I wish that you all become good engineers, and we are trying our little efforts to make this to happen within the constraints of the socio-political economic systems prevailing in the state of Kerala. And I seek all the support, and I thank all the support which is given to me by all the management of this institution in running the university. And thank you very much.